When it comes to the Oversoul, no one breaks it down better than a Lama from Tibet, Lobsang Tuesday Ramble. A brief history of the Lama from Tibet, Mr. Rample. He became the youngest Lama that has been known in Tibet, which is a great deal, being that the Lamasery is of a high order. Mr. Rample naturally possessed the vision of clairvoyance, and in one of his initiation processes, he undergone a surgical process that opened up his third eye, a pineal gland, fully. He was enclosed inside of a cave for 3 days where he was not able to see any light whatsoever. This incision was done to the back of his head with a long utensil with some type of lotion type of substance on the tip end of this utensil that went into his brain, that protruded into his pineal gland, and after the incision had taken place, his third eye was fully open. The llamas gradually had to remove the blockage that had him encased in this darkened cave. Slowly by slowly, only specks of light was allowed to come in because this would have blinded him instantly. Finally, he came out of this cave, and when he saw people, he saw them as they truly were. He was able to see their auras in full splendor. When he first saw the first person, it frightened him because he thought that this man was on fire. He can see steam coming all over his smoke submerged around this man, this cloudy looking smoke. But this was just the man's auric field. Now, one thing that I must know, that once a person reaches the level of a Lama, this means that they can astral project at will. They are highly telepathic. They are clairvoyant. Therefore, they have super third eye vision. You can't hide nothing from these type of people. These are angels in human form, if you ask me. As a matter of fact, these llamas have the ability to go in and out of a Garthi at will. Another one of Mr. Rample's initiations, he was taken underground in this very dark type of chamber in which they had to use torches in order to see. Well, he was brought amongst a whole bunch of incarnated statues, but this one statue in particular that was made out of pure gold caught his attention. And his Lama Minyardana made it known to him that this was you, Lobsang, in a past life. You were a Dalai Lama. This is why you're so drawn to this statue more so than any other one. Many of things I could say about Mr. Lobsang Rampart, being that I have read every one of his books. I have studied up under his wisdom for years. But I'm going to make this brief due to time, that I am not privileged at this time. So, years after Mr. Rampart became of age, he was captured by the Japanese embassy, and his Tibetan body was beaten to a pulp, to where it was at the verge of giving out. And he had to undergo what we would call today transmigration. The art of transmigration that he performed is in direct with the universal law, being that he was put on this planet Earth to fulfill a certain task in life. The consent of the man of whom body he was to take over was given. The process in which the man's body had operated, as far as any medical illnesses, does he sleep with his wife, was all established. This man did not sleep with his wife because he had a sleeping disorder. So the problem of Lobsang maybe having some type of sexual intercourse with the woman was out of the picture. For the Lama, Lobsang Rampa did not have sex. He was a monk of a noble order. Certain monks are not allowed to have wives, children, and even sex. He was of that type of order. So this man's lifestyle played in harmony with the fulfillment of what Mr. Ramper was to take place and do. Now, this man was visited in the astral realm, and he was shown that this would be his abode after his body would be taken over. The man accepted full heartedly. He loved the astral plane. He felt more free than being in the earth human body. Now, in order for this to have taken place, Mr. Ramper would have to travel to England. For the man lived in England, and Mr. Love St. Tuesday Ramper would have to travel to England. Now, here lies the man that Mr. Ramper took over, the English man. Mr. Ramper had to learn how to basically walk all over again because the muscle joints were totally different, because his body, Tibetan body, was more like elastic. He was used to sitting in lotus positions and things of that nature. This body could not do that. The man even spoke with a English dialect, in which Mr. Remper did not when he was in his Tibetan body. So whatever the body is already programmed with, this is what you get. It is as is. Now if you notice, they look very similar. This is the process in which happens once a person takes over another person's body through transmigration. They begin to look like the one that has taken over the body.